Okay. There we go. We're live. I think it is the first time we're... It's me. I'm the only one that hasn't gone yet, so it's me. I do want to talk. What do we want to? I want to keep using the wheel, but we've all like. What do we want to do? I want input. Like, do we want to just put all of our names back on and do this again, or do we want to use it for something else?
I feel like we need something else, like something like, I don't know, do like a, like I want to know, like do like a punishment type thing.
No.
Like we have like 6.
Whoa. No. I'm not just randomly. I'm not randomly accepting. Wow, I thought we were friends.
We're definitely, well, this is for content, damn it. This is for content, damn it.
What are we, Barstool?
I don't know.
Yeah,
we gotta do something.
Remember, none of the viewers watching this are actually real. They are all bots that
That is true.
That is true. We don't need to make
what do bots want to watch us do? What do bots like to watch? That's our audience.
I don't know. I guess we need to start talking in binary.
That would be, wow.
Start using ChatGPT on stream.
1 0 0 1 0 0
0 1
0 1
0 1.
Punishments.
Yes.
I mean, given that, we tried that with the Fantasy Football League the first year that we had the Fantasy Football League, and only like 3 or 4 people actually did it.
I did mine, but mine wasn't bad.
Yeah, well, yours was also... we shouldn't have done what yours was.
Yeah, no, mine should not have been a punishment. Like, that was kind of...
It sounds bad now. Yeah, his was to go to His was to go to a WNBA game.
The only inconvenient part was that, like, honestly, when I picked that one, I thought the Sparks still played in Detroit. So the only inconvenient part of that was having to drive 4 hours to Indianapolis. Wow, that is like a punishment.
Yeah, did you?
That part was.
I had a friend who was living down there at the time, so it didn't really matter.
Okay, I was gonna say, did you just like rant like you?
No,
you had
like get a hotel or something.
Okay, you had something else to do. Okay.
Yeah, I had a friend.
So I'm trying to remember what we had because. Oh, I'm echoing on my own computer. That's weird. You did yours. Chris Haynes did his because his was. Why am I echoing so bad?
We're getting the echo off of Gordo. Is it Gordon?
That's
Look
up at door again.
Damn it, Andrew.
Whatever.
Haynes did his because his was coning, the ice cream thing at McDonald's.
Yeah, his was the ice cream. Jigme did his, right? I feel like I remember he had the phone contact, the random phone contact one.
Random.
I feel like I remember.
Like had to just like call somebody random.
Yeah, no, it was like you just like pick a number, or whoever won picked a number, and you had to call like that number contact in his phone.
But it's just like no one's there, so it's not like as like exciting.
No, I think he wound up actually talking to somebody.
Maybe half the league did it because somebody had one where it was like the rest of us got to write a message on their Facebook, like make a Facebook status for them. I think that was Sean.
Yes.
I think Sean.
That's
we got to.
So high school.
Yeah.
That's so high school.
Yeah, I think Sean.
Right, so Instagram instead.
At least for me.
So do it on Instagram instead. That's not high school. Well, it's sort of high school. But.
Lockard probably did his because his was just to like bong 2 beers.
Bong you beers. Yeah. That's like the easiest one.
I know I didn't do. I know I didn't do mine. I definitely didn't do mine.
You probably gladly.
Mine was supposed to be. You guys were supposed to pick a song that I had to do like karaoke to, like by myself, and like send a video to the group chat. I know I did. I didn't do it.
Wow, it's not that bad.
It's not. I wouldn't have. But, I mean, nobody ever sent me a song, so I didn't bother reminding anyone. Kat was in our league actually. She was supposed to do she was supposed to go outside of her apartment in New York, like at like 7 a.m. and do the weather forecast, like completely dressed up, like film it and send it to everybody.
That's a great one.
She definitely would have done that.
Yeah.
Without hesitation.
Yeah. She stopped using the group chat after that. Who else? Jamie Barter was supposed to get a watermelon in the grocery store and do a lap around, like run a lap around the grocery store holding a watermelon.
Yeah, that's actually kind of funny.
Yeah. There's probably 1 or 2 others. I don't remember what the worst one was supposed to be. I know we like batted around that.
I feel like that watermelon one is bad.
Yeah, because you look like
I feel like
an insane person.
Group when y'all were all doing the punishments. because I think I remember watching that coning video.
Yeah.
That one's awkward, but it's not that bad.
Yeah.
I feel like.
The watermelon one is like very public unless you go do it at like 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah. Well, like, you run the risk of somebody thinking you're stealing a watermelon.
Yeah.
But
Just
yeah, that's
so
not bad. But
stupid.
You should have done a Wendy's 4 for $4 mile.
What?
beer mile.
Doing a beer mile would have
Yeah.
been good. Yeah.
But it's to say, I don't know which would be worse actually, the Wendy's 4 for $4 mile or the beer mile.
You have to run around a grocery store naked.
I think that's illegal.
Yeah, that's illegal.
That's not a punishment.
That's just illegal. That's just the law.
Yeah.
I'm doing a fantasy football.
I think the
Sir, you cannot do that here.
beer mile I would throw
I
up.
don't care.
That's part of our league.
Or the gallon milk mile.
Oh no.
Oh.
Yeah,
Throw up.
that's an auto throw up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just that's just running a mile and forcing yourself to throw up.
Or the Michael Scott mile where you have to finish like that whole fettuccine Alfredo and then run a mile.
Oh God.
Disgusting.
It's just sitting in there. Remember that episode of
Yeah.
He's
They
just
run
carb
like
loading,
that.
man. Just carb loading.
I'm carb loading. He's like, oh my God, this fettuccine is sitting in my stomach like a rock.
I mean, you could say the same thing about doing a beer mile. Just carb loading. Yeah, that's enough.
Yeah.
Dude, they
Yeah, that's
out in Oregon they do this like Mountain Dew mile every year. That feels like a heart attack waiting to happen. Drink 4 Mountain
Isn't
Dews while
Mountain
running
Dew
a
like
mile.
poison?
What are the 4 Mountain Dews, 4 laps?
Yeah, that feels.
I don't know, it's Oregon, so they're all hippies, and I like to imagine they're just like licking the side of a mountain.
Yeah, I want to hold on.
Wouldn't that be
look
something
up
to say?
I think I could complete that because I like Mountain Dew.
Do
Same.
you actually?
I love it. Yeah,
Mountain Dew's so bad for
You know, like I don't like the
It's
taste,
terrible,
honestly,
right?
but like
yeah. I drink it all the
I'd be
time.
able to complete that. That's not like
Do you actually drink it all the time?
All the time. Yeah.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. They sit all around our house. Yeah.
Mhm. Probably.
Like,
So
it's
the
fine if you
nutrition-
drink like soft drinks and stuff. I just know that Mountain Dew's like so hot.
Oh no. Yeah, I like 4 or
Yeah,
5 days a
Mountain
week. Yeah.
That's why you get Mountain
Okay,
Dew
so
with
we're-
zero sugar.
We're looking
Yeah.
at
You know, see other poisonous chemicals.
All
that are in it.
all diet and 0 sugar sodas are disgusting.
Yeah.
Like Diet Coke
they're
is so
looking at
flat.
46 grams of sugar and
It's like you're
54
drinking gasoline.
milligrams. 54 milligrams of caffeine. So multiply that by 4. The caffeine's not that bad.
No, I'm not worried about the
That's
caffeine.
it.
I just know there's shit in Mountain Dew that's like terrible for you.
That's why you run it off.
Yeah, you're turning it up.
Are you drinking Mountain Dew as you run? I'm like, yeah, it like burns it off as I drink it.
Here are the ingredients in Mountain Dew: carbonated water, high fructose corn syrup, concentrated orange juice. Who would have guessed that? Citric acid, natural flavor. There's natural flavor.
That's it.
Sodium benzoate, which preserves freshness. Caffeine, sodium citrate, gum arabic, erythorbic acid to preserve freshness. Calcium disodium EDTA to protect flavor, and yellow number 5.
I love
Like
those.
a lot of
Yellow
those-
number 5.
I wonder what's the bat. What's the
It's gotta be all-
just numbers
I mean,
of
what
like
the-
colors.
What are the
any of the
flavors?
dyes are terrible. Like dyes are always terrible for you.
Ask it.
Are they really?
all natural flavors. I think that's
Yeah.
what
I thought food dyes were
That's where they
pretty
get
neutral.
You. That's where they get you.
Yeah. You should probably look that up. What is in the all natural flavors of Mountain Dew? Okay, it's actually battery acid, rat poison, and a little flavor.
Battery acid is not naturally
Okay.
occurring.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, they're not really natural. I
The only-
think they're just saying that.
The only like gimmicky race I've ever done, I've done a Krispy Kreme mile before. It's the only one.
Ooh, okay. That's basically Mountain Dew mile, right, Alex?
Yeah, but I like Mountain Dew is like just donuts are just they're bad for you. It's not like
The sugar isn't great, but like the Krispy Kreme mile is not hard to do because like I don't know. That doesn't
I
sit.
feel like that is the heaviest possible donut you could go for, though.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
really?
To me,
No,
from
I
what I
think
remember, like
The glaze
I
is
feel like
just a lot.
I feel like a Krispy Kreme don't want to eat it. It's like eating like a cloud. It's like nothing.
so what happened with the Krispy Kreme mile for me, because it's bread. So what happens basically, you can run that without it feeling heavy in your stomach. It's when you drink water afterwards it expands,
Yeah.
and then you feel full
Okay,
afterwards.
that's fair. Yeah.
Yeah. So whereas with the Mountain Dew, like the liquid, you're gonna feel full immediately.
Yeah.
Did you find what the natural flavor was, Gordo?
No.
It's
Just
like
as natural
it's like
flavor.
one drop of a
So
lime.
I did compare it to diet, like other sodas, and the other ones don't just say natural flavors. That's not like a thing just every soda does.
Yeah, I guess they don't have to tell you.
Like,
Um,
no,
so-
I guess not.
It's definitely pure gasoline.
do we have any other ideas besides punishments for the wheel? I mean, I don't mind punishments if they're like silly, like I don't have to travel for them or like
I'm talking, like,
embarrass
silly
myself.
punishment, Yeah.
Here's what I'm saying. If
You
we're
have to
doing
rob a
punishments, I'm done. Like, I don't do this to get punished. I'm sorry. Like, I am taking free time out of my day.
We don't
Well-
do this for punishment.
Well, you could say
Exactly.
you could say having to do these like
Actually, the name of our podcast. We don't do this for punishment.
I mean, you could say having to read these like Wikipedia pages is a punishment. Like I'm talking about that kind of thing
100% it.
where you have to do something that takes you
100%.
like 2 minutes. But we could come up with something. I don't care what it is. I just want to use the wheel for something.
I mean, I don't mind having it be like somebody has to bring a topic every week so we actually have something to talk about. It's not the end of the world.
There's
We have
always
so
something.
many topics to talk about.
There's
Yeah.
so much stuff to talk about.
There's
Which is
so
why
many
you reach-
everything.
You reach like you hit decision overload and you just don't decide on anything. This way somebody has to actually decide. And I don't have to think about it 4 out of 5 weeks.
That's fair. We until we come up with something better, we can
are you
keep doing
thinking
it.
about it? Are you thinking about it even that 1 week?
Yeah. Is this something that's like ruining your week?
I'm
Rob?
the one who put together the fucking PowerPoint. You really
Yeah,
gonna
I
ask
don't
me
know.
to
You
do
didn't
that?
have to do that.
You saw that.
No
I
one
was
told
like,
you to do that much.
Don't do that.
That's just doing too much.
Doing too much. But I appreciate the effort, though.
I mean, it was like 2 slides. I mean,
Right.
I was 3.
You make it what you want.
Actually, no. I also
There
did
was-
title.
I just
but that's
there was a
taken.
title
Yeah,
page,
sorry.
and one of the pages was just a picture. So
Yeah.
Most of the pages were just.
Yeah.
Or he can't do that. He
Yeah.
has too much stuff to do at the bank. He can't.
What does
make a
that have to
PowerPoint.
do with anything?
He can't make a PowerPoint. He has too much stuff to do at the bank.
True.
all right, do you want?
I want to go to your bank and be like, "Excuse me, this teller is being rude.
Well,
I don't work at a branch,
Where do you work?"
at a building.
trying to dox
Okay.
him, Alex.
I don't work at a branch. I can definitely tell you that.
Did you ever work in a branch?
No,
Oh, I always thought you did.
no,
I was like, oh, he's just at like the local branch.
no. I'm not.
Damn it. All right, then I'll have to go to your building, whatever building it is.
Well, I'm also going above and beyond because I'm doing 2 Wikipedia pages.
Wow.
Oh, God.
Yeah. One of these you all have probably all of you have probably heard of it. It's one of my favorite Wikipedia pages, so I had to do it. It was just a given because it's like probably my favorite Wikipedia page. The Great Emu War in Australia.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought it was best.
It's-
Oh,
It's a
That
classic.
is actually, that's the best Wikipedia page ever.
It's so good.
it's a very good one.
Also, I hadn't read it in a long time. I forgot this detail. There were only 3 people involved in this war.
I didn't know that, but I don't remember
Those are the
that.
best wars where people are involved.
Yeah. So it was in Australia. I mean, obviously, the number one, the most important detail of this is that the emus won the war. This was
What?
they defeated the Australian government and military in this war. It's incredible.
They had it all the
All
way.
three. All three.
Incredible tactics by the emus. Actually, if you read what they did, so this was in 1932. It lasted 1 month. Exactly 1 month, 1 week, and 1 day. So the guy's name who commanded the army that fought the emus, his name was Major Gwynedd Purvis Wynne Aubrey Meredith.
You're saying army like it's like thousands of people.
That's what it says on the
It's-
Wikipedia page. It
It's
says
thousands of emus.
It says the war was conducted under the command of Major Gwynedd Purvis Wynne Aubrey Merritt, whatever this guy has 6 names.
He was a third of the people in this war.
Yeah.
Yes, he was.
Yes, but he was a commissioned member of the
He's the
Australian
commander.
Army.
He was the commander of the other 2 human beings that were
Yeah.
involved.
Yeah.
He puts it on his resume for jobs.
I mean, think about how much the defense minister that ordered this guy to conduct the war hated that guy.
Go fucking
Yeah, that
kill
was
a bunch of
definitely-
emus.
That's
Here,
definitely
you
what it
have
was.
2
It's like,
guys.
No, that was literally a get the fuck out of my face, go to the country and fight some fucking birds for me, please.
yeah, that was like you can't fire him, but he's got to do something to try to make him quit.
That's
Oh.
exactly what
I'm like reading over it. It was more than one attempt.
Yeah, it was several attempts. Also, this guy's the only guy I've never heard of named Gwynedd. It's a kind of a sick name. Gwynedd. Gwynedd.
Oh, and Y. I thought it was gonna be NEED.
Not 2 Y's and 2 D's.
I like it.
Yeah, it's
That
super
That
Welsh.
is some Welsh shit.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Like that the name of that city in Wales that's like 40 letters long. Yeah.
Yep.
Um,
we need Corey Smith.
So unrelated, but there's a hill in Wales where every time a new person took over Wales, they would just like ask the people, okay, what is the name of what's the name of that hill? And they would just say hill in their language, and so it's named like just in 5 different languages. It's just a chain of hill, 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 hill. It is one of the like linguistic wonders of the world. Anyway, back to your emus.
So first attempt, they sighted 50 emus. The birds were out of range of the guns. They attempted to herd them into an ambush, but the birds split into small groups and ran away, so they were difficult to target. There's the tactics right there.
Oh,
I think that's just natural instinct.
No, most animal packs stick together. The emus split up.
we didn't have our best guy on it. That's why.
Yeah. Well, they didn't. We're not. Well, I mean, I guess this is technically a war of humanity versus animal.
Yes.
Yeah, so that the whole first day they only got, it says, roughly a dozen emus. Then
They torture them.
they tried-
What?
no, they had machine guns. So
They were POW
I bet.
emus.
Imagine if they were trying to like extract information from the emus.
They had machines.
Wait, I hadn't read this part. Hold on. This is in the days that followed. Meredith chose to move further south, where the birds were reported to be fairly tame, but there was only limited success in spite of his efforts. By the 4th day, Army observers noted that each pack seems to have its own leader now. A big black-plumed bird which stands 6 feet high and keeps watch while his mates carry out their work of destruction, and warns the rest of them of the army's approach.
What entailed this? Like, what were they? Were they just like causing
They were
havoc?
just
Destroying
they were, like,
farmland.
devouring farms.
Yeah,
Like,
Okay. Yeah.
yeah.
They were just being a nuisance to society.
At one point, they went so far as to mount the guns on a truck, a move that was ineffective as the truck was unable to gain on the birds. The trucks were too slow.
That's impressive.
They could just-
Shit.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, also remember this is 1930s. Like,
Oh, right.
when they say
I just
truck,
thought
this
that,
isn't
yeah.
even like a Jeep hasn't even been invented for like 5
Right.
years.
Okay, yeah,
Like,
well,
this
okay.
You're
Emus
basically
not as
still on
fast as I
horses.
thought.
Okay, here's
Emus not as fast as I thought. They only go 31 miles per hour.
here's maybe the best part. After a month, they had fired 2,500 rounds of ammunition and had only killed an estimated 50 birds. The official report noted that his men had suffered no casualties. He added that.
I mean, honestly,
I'll
an
do
emu
this,
will
man.
absolutely fuck you up if you let it.
Oh yeah.
Well, they have a bird in Australia that's even worse than the emus. The cassowary is
Well,
even.
yeah, 'cause they got the cassowary.
Yeah, the cassowary. That thing's fucking vicious, dude. I mean, well, if you provoke it, they're actually they're hard to find. They try to stay away from people, but they have a giant. Like,
They will have a plant that like will just explode
yeah.
sometime.
Australia's
so,
wild, dude.
you know.
So I actually got to see cassowaries when I was in Australia because we went to a zoo that had them. Dude, that thing is like a thing of your nightmares, dude. Because they have like It's like their middle toe. They have 3 toes or whatever, nails on their foot, whatever you want to call it. The middle one is like this long, and so what they do to attack you is they'll jump 10 feet up into the air and then just stab you in the head with their toe.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I really kind of want to see that now. Is that on YouTube?
Murders by Cassowary? Probably not.
You probably have to sign in. It's probably not. It's probably
Well,
locked.
yeah,
It's
just
probably
Dude,
some of those videos.
they also Australia's
It's
wild, dude.
graphic.
They have box jellyfish that are 10 feet long.
They also have quokkas, which are
Is
the
that-
most precious
long are
animal
the
in the
ten-
animal kingdom.
When you say 10 feet, we're talking like the tentacles are like 9.5 feet, and then they're just
Just
a
top
normal sized jellyfish.
top to bottom, they're
Or
10
is it
feet.
the
I
whole
don't.
foot?
I would assume
But
that
it depends.
the top part of them's probably like a foot.
Okay, yeah, it's mainly the tentacles. What we're saying. With the
Jackson,
tentacles.
did you see a quokka when you were in Australia?
No, I did not.
Damn it! Why did you even go
Do
there?
you know what that is, Jackson?
Yeah, that was the name of my pledge class in my frat.
That's
actually,
why. I love that.
What? Hold on, wait, what?
it's too long to explain. We had to name our
Yeah,
pledge
yeah.
classes.
It's a whole.
It's a whole thing.
That's weird.
Quokkas.
Yeah.
You're weird.
Weird.
No, I didn't see
That
one of
was
those.
already given.
But I did. We did miss being murdered by a crocodile by like 3 hours. We were at this beach. They took us to the beach where like the British first landed in Australia with the convicts, and they like toured us around the beach and all. And, like we went. They were like the water's safe here. Like you guys can. Like we played rugby on the beach and then like went for a swim. And then like that night back in our hostel, we had the news on, and they were like, whatever so-and-so beach we were at, like woman dragged into the ocean and eaten by a crocodile. Like at like 6 o'clock that night. We'd been there at like 3 p.m.
You could have filmed that shit if you were like, fantastic.
Yeah, you're gonna be famous.
Yeah.
Whoa, look at that! He fucking dragged her in!
I'm surprised none of that. I'm surprised there wasn't something like that on World Star.
Yeah.
World, he should have been, and then Jackson yells
That looks like
World
that seems like something
Star!
that's something on World Star, and like it'd be like half the comments would be like, "What the hell are you doing?" The other half like, "Oh, this is sick."
Oh shit, dude!
Dude, it was a local too. Like that should have known better, but
That gator got her good, man.
The local told you it was fine, so
yeah.
What's the difference
But
between
like, I will say, a local told him it was fine at like 3 or
During the
whenever
day.
he was there.
The thing is, they feed at night.
Like-
maybe 6 p.m.
They feed at night. She went
Yeah.
swimming in the dark. Like, yeah.
she was asking for it?
No, that's not what we're saying.
Hold on,
She was,
man.
she was asking for getting eaten.
It was actually horrifying, dude. Her friend had to like watch it.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't even like God try to get help there. It's,
Yeah,
Nah.
I was like, yeah.
Not much you can try like for yeah. There's not much you can do.
Yeah, well, I mean, what are you gonna do? What's the difference between an alligator and a crocodile?
I think one goes on land.
like what water they're in.
No, that
I
they
thought it
are
was a
both
land.
capable. They are both capable of being on land.
So
Oh,
that's
they
the
are?
difference.
Well, more often than not,
Uh,
it's not exclusive, but more often than not, crocodiles are in saltwater. Alligators are more often in freshwater. That's
But
one.
their snout's different too.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
there's
Where they're-
snouts.
Yeah, where their eyes are is a little different. Yeah.
Do you think she said, it's dragged by a crocodile? And the guy's like, no, it's actually an alligator.
Probably not. She's
very much doubt that.
probably
I don't
Her
think
friend
so.
was kind of like, no, it's an alligator.
Probably.
Like, oh.
screaming.
No.
I would imagine.
That's terrifying, though.
Yeah. Australia was, yeah, man, that's a fucking crazy place, dude.
Wild place down there.
Yeah.
Shrimp on the bobby.
Produces some wild F1 racing, right, Jackson?
Hey, not yet. I'm only 2 weeks behind on F1 and like 8 weeks behind on Survivor. It's fine.
Was F1... Jackson, did you ever see the F1, like, I guess, the track or anything in Australia when you were there? I know it's a long time ago, but...
No, we were in Melbourne where they didn't take us to that. We saw a bunch of other sporting stuff, but they didn't take us to that.
Is that where it
Also,
is?
like they don't. It's not like a permanent race course. So like the barriers wouldn't have been up. You wouldn't have like even really known you were there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a long time ago. I was just curious.
They took
Were
us
you on
to
that study abroad?
yeah. For SRM, yeah. So they took us to like where they play the Australian Open. We like toured that facility. We toured their old Olympic facilities. We toured their big stadium that they have like major cricket and Aussie rules football matches in.
MCG.
MCG. Yep.
Yeah.
Or you could have gone on that trip.
MCG was sick.
But it was a lot of money.
What's money in college?
MCG was sick. We sat like front row for an Aussie rules football game. It was awesome.
Oh damn.
Yeah,
Nice.
really cool sport. Where else did they? I think that's it for Melbourne, probably. Yeah, it was a good time. Yeah, so that's the emo war. I think that's all of that. Wiki.
Oh, and the Emus won, obviously.
What? Yeah, the emo's one.
Emus won. That's
I thought it was like a stalemate, like North Korea, South Korea.
Oh, kind of. We just got the Australians kind of gave
I mean,
up.
the emus kept fucking up farms,
Yeah.
so
I mean, that's considered a win.
they still pretty much won.
Walk around and find out.
Oh my God!
Pretty
Wait,
much.
there's more. Hold on. The Major
Oh, really?
Major Meredith compared the emus to Jesus Christ to Zulus. In
That's problematic.
Yep. I think he meant it as a compliment. Obviously, it is problematic. I think he meant like they're hard to track down, but like that's yeah.
That's not great.
Well, hey, it was the 1930s. What do you expect?
Yeah, I mean,
That's
no,
probably like
I
the least
know.
racist thing the guy said.
Yeah, that's tough.
The guy said much more racist things.
And then here's the full quote. I'll read. It doesn't get worse than that. So I'll just read. If we had a military division with the bullet carrying capacity of these birds, it would face any army in the world. They can face machine guns with the invulnerability of tanks. They're like Zulus who even dum-dum bullets could not stop. Yikes, that's a rough quote.
That's also just, I mean, I'm sure if they hit him, they would actually kill him. They're not
Yeah.
invulnerable.
Jeez. Okay.
But it's very hard to admit that you expended however many rounds and you only hit 50 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, to save your ego, you just say they're invulnerable. But you hit them a bunch of times, they just didn't die.
What
Yeah.
if he made up the number 50? Maybe it was less. Just saying that.
they roughly 1 out of every 50 shots hit was the math on that.
That's terrible aim.
Yeah.
That's not
Wait,
good.
hold on.
That's like
I thought-
no scoping in COD.
50 kills, 2,500
Hold on,
rounds.
hold on. You said, how many shots? They had 25,000 shots?
No,
You said 50?
no, 2,500.
2,500.
Oh, 2,500. I thought you said 25,000. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
That makes it sound a lot better than I thought.
2% hit rate on the emus. That's tough.
That's still not
That's
great.
terrible.
But I'm terrible at COD, and I hit that like 14%.
Jackson, what does a whatever
Four-
Yeah, what's the
head
top?
at?
Yeah, what's your hit rate?
In the 40s, 50s.
That's
40s?
That's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah,
Dude, you're a
no,
nationally ranked Fortnite player.
I was about to
so-
say,
Dude,
I
not
can't
a-
believe we're talking to him.
Well, is he anymore?
Not anymore.
Oh,
Damn.
That sucks.
Not anymore.
So you're not.
I told you I was going to stop trying that. It was really like way too much of an effort to keep doing. I would have had to play for like 3 hours a day, like every day.
You even took off work, I heard.
Oh man, dude, yeah, it was a lot.
Yeah, that was for, he did that for pickleball.
Yeah, that makes sense.
He took off work for pickleball.
I actually did.
It was a nice day outside, I don't think.
Oh, not today.
Not
No,
today.
Not today. This was weeks back.
Oh, okay.
And not my full time. I didn't take off my full time job for that. My other one.
Yeah,
I'm gonna make this one. I'm
Thursday.
gonna make this other one quicker so we can talk about other stuff. I actually posted this other one. I posted in the group chat a long time ago. I don't know how many of you like. I think all I did was post the Wikipedia link, so probably nobody read it. The 1904 Olympic Marathon. I don't know if you guys remember when I
Oh,
posted it.
I've read this. This is wild. This
yeah.
is the wildest thing ever.
I don't know if I read this when you posted it or if I'd seen it other places, but this
I've
one
seen
is
it. I've seen
great.
it outside of it. This is the greatest thing ever.
It's
this
so-
is better than Emo War.
Yeah, it's so funny. Okay, so 1904 Olympic Marathon. 32 athletes competed. Only 14 finished the race. It was a bizarre affair due to poor organization and officiating. Frederick Loers was the apparent winner, but he was later disqualified as he had hitched a ride in a car for part of the race.
Oh, we go. He's way better.
The actual winner,
That's not even close.
there's so many. The actual winner, Thomas Hicks, was near collapse and hallucinating by the end of the race, a side effect of being administered brandy, raw eggs, and strychnine by his trainers.
Yes.
Oh my god.
That's rat poison.
Yeah,
For those
that's
of you who
rat
don't
poison.
know.
The fourth place finisher, Andorin Karaval, took a nap during the race after eating spoiled apples on the side of the road. Let's see.
Oh,
There's more. Yeah. I'm looking for the rest of it. Let's see. The first two. Okay. Summary. Here we go. John Lorden, who had won the 1903 Boston Marathon, was violently ill after 10 miles. Sam Malore, who had won the 1902 Boston Marathon, was overcome by dust. Another
Avengers. I don't feel so good.
another near fate.
Didn't like 5 people die?
No, I don't think anyone died. Another near fatality during the event was William Garcia from the United States. He was found lying in the road along the marathon course with severe internal injuries caused by breathing clouds of dust kicked up by race officials' cars.
That's awesome.
Also, the winning time was 3 hours and 13 minutes, which 6 months ago I could have beaten that time, which is incredible to me, how far they've come.
You should get back into training.
It's like 2 random people ran this race in like dress shoes.
Let's see. So the guy who cheated, Loers, suffering cramps, had dropped out of the race after 9 miles, hitched a ride back to the stadium in a car, waving at spectators and runners during the ride. When the car broke down at the 19th mile, he then re-entered the race and jogged across the finish line. He, after being confronted, he immediately admitted his deception, and then he claimed it was just a joke, but then he was banned for life.
Oh my god.
Let's see. Thomas Hicks ended up the winner of the event. He was aided by measures that would not be permitted after the 1960s. 10 miles from the finish, he led the race by 1.5 miles, but he had to be restrained from stopping and lying down by his trainers. He received several doses of rat poison mixed with brandy and an egg white. He then continued to battle onwards, hallucinating, barely able to walk the rest of the race. When he reached the stadium, his support team then carried him over the finish line, holding him in the air while he shuffled his feet as if still running.
Yo, people were wild.
He then had to be carried off the track and might have died if he had not been treated by several doctors. How was anyone letting him still be treated by doctors after other doctors gave him rap? He lost 8 pounds.
Those weren't doctors. Those were his coaches.
True. Those were his coaches. Yeah.
Rat poison was the medicine of choice back then.
Cuban mailman Andorin Carval had also joined the marathon, arriving at the start line. He just showed up. It's a mailman from Cuba.
What was a Cuban mailman doing in Paris?
Just strolled up to the start line and was like, I'm here.
I mean, good for him.
Wait. There's more. After losing all his money gambling in New Orleans, he hitchhiked to St. Louis and had to run the event in street clothes.
Oh, yeah, that.
He's the one who was in dress shoes, yeah.
Yeah,
I remember that part, yeah.
He hadn't...
I have it up, yeah,
he hadn't eaten in 40 hours. He saw a spectator eating 2 peaches. He asked if he could have them. The spectator said no. He then stole the peaches and ran away. He then stopped at an orchard to eat some apples, which were all rotten. He then had stomach cramps and had to lie down and take a nap. He then finished 4th place.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It was the first ever African Americans ran in this one too.
Yeah.
They were just there and just decided to run. They're bored.
Some French immigrant ran it without the correct documents. Let's see.
Hold up. But the dude who just showed up did have the correct documents?
Yeah, that's the best part.
That's even more impressive.
I don't know.
I mean, he's a mailman. He always has the letters. And
Oh my
Yeah, he's
god.
always strapped.
Oh, yeah.
On him.
Yeah, Gordo was right. The first two African
Yeah.
participants were in this. They finished 9th and 12th. This was seen as a disappointment, as many observers were sure that they could have done better if one of them had not been chased a mile off course by wild dogs.
Yep.
The only sources of water on the course were a water tower at 6 miles into the race and one at 12 miles into the race.
Oh hell no!
It was over 90 degrees. The worst ratio of entrants to finishers of all time, and the winning time was 3.5 hours actually, not 3:13. Yeah, that's oh my god.
What?
It's
Hold
now
on.
it's now
Hold
one in
on,
like
point.
207, 208 ish.
Look, the guy the chief organizer for Olympics set up no other water source because he wanted to conduct research on purposeful dehydration.
Yeah, they're just doing experiments on him.
That's how you do
They
it.
were literally doing experiments on what would happen if we got these guys so dehydrated they ran a marathon.
Also, 4th place through 14th place, their finishing time is just listed as unknown.
I mean, you finished.
They
Good job.
stopped the clock. They stopped the clock.
We gotta go. They started packing up everything. We gotta go home.
What a race! I want like somebody needs to not we don't need like a full movie, but like you could do like a short, like recreating that.
With all the funny
God,
actors.
They did a movie a few years back that was making fun of like the Tour de France's from like the 70s.
Yeah, they did. It was
That,
on
like,
HBO.
I would love. Yeah, it was on HBO. I forget what it's called. It's pretty good.
Yeah, they really should do this.
Yeah, just do like this. Just do this type of story and,
And
or
find
do this
all the
story
best
in that type of style.
find all the
Get-
best
get, like-
comedians to do it.
Get like
Yeah.
Seth Rogen to direct it or something.
Yeah.
Wild dogs chasing the only black runner in the field feels like that might have been intentional.
Well, no, there were two of them. He only chased one of them off.
Yeah, because they were busy chasing the first one by the time the second one came through.
That's fair. That's a fair point, though.
You didn't know that dogs are racist, Jackson?
That's like a commonly known thing.
Yeah, how could I have forgotten? My God. Yeah, so there we go. My two favorite Wikipedia pages.
Those were pretty good.
Those are fantastic.
I should have held one of them for the next time my name comes up. I'm out now.
You should just do what I did. Just research, look through Wikipedia.
Do a random Wikipedia page generator. I think Wikipedia has that.
literally was
Take me to a random page.
Stories to Wikipedia. That's all I did.
Oh, we lost Gordo.
Oh, we lost Gordo.
He said, "Fuck y'all, I'm leaving."
Oh man.
So,
Yeah. What else? What have you
There's
guys been
so
up to?
many things to talk about.
Yeah, we haven't.
oh, Jackson, you finally started playing the Harry Potter game, right? Because it came out for.
No, they pushed it back a month. So PS4. It's
They did push it. Damn.
yeah. It's like
He's playing the beta.
it's May 5th. No, so I had to wait again. I should just get a PS5, honestly, at this point.
What do you have?
Not for that specifically, but just they're starting to phase out putting games on making PS4 versions. So
Dude, just join the PC Master Race. It's great.
that seems like
Never need another upgraded console again. What, did it seem like a problematic name? Because I mean,
oh, I didn't even catch the fact that he said Master Race.
oh yeah, no.
Jesus.
The internet is a terrible place.
No, that just feels I don't know, expensive.
I mean, it is, but the idea is it's like taking care of your car. Yes, it's less expensive in the long run, right? Because if I can get 3 generations of consoles in just one PC, then I have saved money.
You can also build your own computer, Jackson.
Oh yeah. Sure, that's easy.
Yeah,
No.
but I mean, that's what I did, and it's still much more expensive than a console, to be clear.
Yeah.
Like, if
Yeah.
you're going for decent components.
It's not like a car. It's not like going to buy a car and be like, hey, so if you give me like
Parts.
the
I
bones,
will
yeah.
build the car. Yeah, that's not
You know-
gonna. As somebody who like works in a facility that builds cars, I can tell you that won't go well for you.
Damn it.
Yeah, my sister's boyfriend's trying to talk me into getting a PC instead, because that's like a lot of the Fortnite I play is like trios with the two of them, and they're both on PC, and like he builds them, so he built both of theirs.
WASD.
A lot of stuff. Or honestly, just plug in like your PlayStation controller.
Yeah.
That's what I do when I play like Harry Potter.
I remember playing the original like Call of Duty 2 online WASD. Remember that shit?
Wow.
That was like freshman year of high school.
The original what?
Like the Call of Duty 2.
Oh,
like
Oh
the,
God.
yeah, like the second one where it was like,
Oh wait, this is like two. So like back when they were still doing like World War II games.
Yeah,
yep.
Oh damn.
I played that shit
Okay.
all the time.
Dude.
Man. It was awesome.
I am garbage at COD. I'm so bad. I
I
can't.
can't.
I don't know what it is. Like first person shooters, I'm just not. The third person works
You
so
can't
much better for
transfer
me.
your Fortnite powers to COD.
Third person and first person is so different, man.
That
Well
is
then,
true.
well then, configure your COD character to third person.
I don't think they have an option. I think
Don't
you
think you
I
can.
don't think. Yeah, I don't think you can.
Jackson, I know exactly what you need to play next. Elden Ring.
Elden Ring. Dear God, Gordo did, and it took. Yeah, like I didn't see him for like a month when he did that.
I'm like at the very, very end.
Speaking of like things I don't do for punishment, playing video games. So why the fuck would I play Elden Ring? I don't hate myself.
I've logged in so many hours and I'm like just now getting to the end.
What is Elden Ring?
But you're not. That's the thing. Is there's like also 50 hours afterwards, and like you
That's
secretly
true.
have to.
I'm at the end of the main story. How about
Yeah,
that?
no, you're not. You're not close to done.
What's the Elden Ring like? What is the game about?
I don't know how to explain it. It's just like, do you know like Dark Souls? It's essentially the same people that make the Dark Soul games.
Except I think they let like George R.R. Martin handle the story, and somehow that
sort
made
of.
it more confusing.
No, I think it was.
He
Was that not the one that was?
he named
No,
all
I
the
think it was-
he named all the characters.
No, I think it's.
Oh, did he? Okay. No, Tolkien's dead. Tolkien's been dead for a while.
Yeah, Martin.
There's
Yeah,
a
I think
movie
it-
about him.
Yeah, Martin definitely named the characters. I don't know about writing the story, but
Hold on, let me see.
There's another season of the most recent Game of Thrones, and I think there's another series that they're making now that have been ordered. It's like the something night
no,
or something.
yeah.
they had talked
You're
about doing
right,
the
they
long
would.
night. Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that what it's called? What's it called? Then?
Well, that's what Martin wants it to be called. He wants it to be called the Long Night, but he said they've been like.
But it's been
fighting.
ordered. I know it's been ordered by HBO or something. It's been ordered
I
by
thought
HBO.
the one they ordered was the Jon Snow prequel or sequel.
Maybe they did order that one. I just know that I read something where it was like HBO ordered something about the night. Yeah, I hope they did a Jon Snow thing. I would love it. Be all over that shit.
I don't know. I feel like his story. I don't know that
I don't need more
of
Jon
it,
Snow.
honestly.
Yeah. I don't need more Jon Snow.
I need a lot of Jon Snow.
I want more about the. No, I want more about the North of the Wall shit, but like I don't need like him specific. Like I need.
I
Yeah, I
really
don't
just him telling it.
I want all the things they talk about during the show, like that used to happen, that all happened. I want them to make.
Well, I mean, that's what
Serious
you're getting
about
with
that.
House of the Dragon. Is you're
No, but
getting,
that's
like,
way. That's
flashbacks.
that's way before though. It's not like it's not
Oh,
like
you want like
Yes.
you want like Robert's War and all that
Yeah.
stuff.
I want all that
okay.
stuff because they keep bringing it up. Oh,
Actually,
like,
I will. I'll be. Yeah, no, that would actually be. Cool.
Look, it
Because
would
they're always
be.
like, oh, but what about this? And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah.
The thing with that though is like it'd be great visually, but like we already know the ending.
Yeah, well, that's the one thing I guess. But I mean, it'd still be cool to see how they did it. But yeah, you're
I mean,
right.
the people who have deep dived like the Lord know the ending of House of Dragons. It's
Right.
how you get there does matter.
Yeah, it does.
Right.
I want the North of the Wall
Well, actually,
shit
I
though,
guess,
because
so I will say the difference with the House of Dragons stuff is the way all of that's written. It's like written by in-universe observers. So there's like bias that you can potentially play around with. Is this actually how things happen?
Right.
But
Like,
which
I wanna
doesn't
see,
necessarily exist for
I want to
Robert.
see Jamie kill the Mad King. I want to see the Mad King's son. Like, what's his name? His son, the prince. His name. Not it's. He died too. I don't
talking
know
about
his name is,
Rhaegar?
but we don't. I want.
Jon
Yeah.
Snow's dad.
Rhaegar. Yeah.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, Rhaegar. I want to see
Um,
the stuff about the mountain and the kids.
Sorry, what?
No, go ahead.
No, I was just rambling.
Okay. I ended up finding that it is George R.R. Martin.
Yeah.
And he said he contributed, he said, so I went back and wrote a history of what happened 5,000 years before the current game, who all the characters were,
That is the most George R.R. Martin shit I've
Yeah.
ever
Yep.
heard.
who all the characters were, and who was killing each other and what powers they had. It appears he didn't just write a vague overview of events, but a detailed history of the realm, crafting the relationships and powers that all Elden Ring players are so keen to uncover now.
Crafting the realm.
That's crazy.
I have the book. It's blurred. The
And
book
it says he
outside.
plays video games. That also does not surprise me. But he said he also stopped because it has him.
Oh, he has absolutely sunk an entire weekend into WoW, like 48 hours.
100%.
Yeah.
Like 100%.
Yeah.
What do you think his screen name is?
Oh, that's a good.
It's actually a great question.
No. You know what it is? He has a unique one for every game. He researches the lore of the game and makes it actually fit in.
If he's just like.
Unless he wrote the lore himself.
No, he's just like Jets fan 88.
I'm pretty sure he is a Jets fan.
He is.
Or at least I know he's a Mets fan.
Yeah, he's
So-
a Jets fan.
Game
yeah.
of Thrones King, 69 at. But yeah, I want to see all the stuff from Prince Oberyn, Rhaegar, and the kids, the marriage between that they showed already.
I want the North of the Wall stuff because I feel like the main series left us hanging as far as they just didn't they just
I
didn't
can see that
explain
too. I mean, that could be a part of it.
Their explanation basically of what the Night King wanted. They were just yeah, he just wanted to kill everybody. There's nothing more to it than that.
Right.
It's
just so
there's
many
more to
things,
it.
They talk about that you I want to see I want to see the visual of it.
The idea that the
To
Night
be
King
oh look,
just an idea of pure evil is boring.
Are you talking about all this as a video game or
No,
just,
a
TV show.
series.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what HBO needs to do instead of ordering a Harry Potter series on the books that we already have movies on.
I've always wanted the TV series, honestly, for that though. Mostly for the last 3 books. The first 4 don't. Well, the first 3 don't need it, but the last 4 they definitely could.
Well, it means you're actually going to get to see Pete, which will be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff we'll get to see. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Alexis sent it to me. She goes, "Oh, maybe this is my actual time. I'll get into them." I was like, "Oh my god!"
Dude, I have a friend who has never read the books, and it's just every time it comes up, I remember oh, that's right. How?
I haven't read the book.
So the 6th book.
Really? Have you seen the movies?
Yeah, I've seen all of it.
Okay.
Yeah, I've probably
I'm
read.
not really a good reader.
I've read the series at least 5 times all the way through.
I'm in the middle of rereading the series because the game got me excited about it.
Yeah. So the 6th book is the one that most needs the TV show because the 6th movie,
Yeah.
so the reveal at the end of that movie of oh, Snape's the Half-Blood Prince. People are what the fuck is that? That wasn't even part of the There's so much to that wasn't in the movie. About his
more of an explanation of that and shit.
of his childhood and yeah.
Yeah. That's
But
that would be a
Also,
cool,
I
that
gotta
would be a
imagine
cool
they.
series. Is before that, like Harry's parents and Snape.
Well,
and
yeah,
before-
actually,
that would be a cool
Uh,
series.
they'll-
like their time in Hogwarts.
They'll definitely
But, like,
give.
Also,
They'll definitely give more
I have to
flashbacks.
imagine.
Like
Yeah.
the old Order of the Phoenix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
I have to imagine the fifth movie also chopped. I don't remember
Yeah.
it off the top of my
Mhm.
head, but it had to have chopped a
A
bunch.
ton. Yeah.
I actually watched that like a couple weeks ago, and I actually enjoyed it a lot. But yeah, like the fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh book probably need to be a TV series because those books are so
Well,
long.
seventh they did the two movies, which I think helped
That's
them a
true.
lot.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So the
By
f-
splitting that into two.
the
Movies.
fifth one, the big thing is you can make a whole like several episode arc about Umbridge torturing students because the way the movie did it was
Yeah.
basically like a montage. They did like a 5-minute montage of like
Yeah.
she did this, she did that, she did that. Like they didn't flesh it out. Like you could see how evil she was,
Yeah.
but you can really like hammer that home in a TV show.
I think it's just because of the amount of time, like the amount of time the movie
Yeah.
could put all that stuff. But you're right.
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
there probably is. Those books are like really thick, so you're probably like, wait a second. I feel like there's a lot in here that
Also,
we need to
like
move
the
on, put
movies,
somewhere else.
the movies miss the fact that the fourth book is an incredibly sassy critique of British politics,
Mm.
which like
Yeah.
it's actually like if you understand British politics, particularly British politics at the time and how it related to European politics, it is the entire like everything Percy does in that book is just a giant like why the fuck are we not more closely tied to the EU?
Yeah.
Right, like that is everything that happens. Percy does in that book.
I'm trying to think of other things they can flesh out. What was I just thinking of? Something from the more about Neville. Like you get a lot deeper into like Neville's background with like what happened to his parents in the books. Because like they cut that out of the movies. Like a scene where Harry like runs into him at the hospital where his parents are like living long term from being fucked up by the Death Eaters. Like that whole thing. Like you get a lot more depth on Neville there. In the movies, like the Harry Ginny like relationship like just kind of comes out of nowhere. You can like
that's something that is
in the books like it makes complete sense. Like it's totally fleshed out.
It makes complete sense. It does kind of come out of nowhere in the books. Like it's
Yeah, but so in the books they spend a lot more time together though.
I can understand how the like people making the movies didn't know that was something they needed to be setting up.
Yeah.
Right, like that's what I'll say on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alex is just over here like, yeah, sure.
I didn't read the books. What do you want me to tell you?
Yeah.
Nothing like right now.
What?
You can just start right now.
Nope.
No time like the present.
Other than Harry Potter. Stop.
So okay, wait, Alex. So you said not a big reader. Were there any books that you like read as a kid and were
No,
like,
you've
any
never read a
young
book?
person- Wow.
Made it through college. I read. I'm just kidding. No, I mean, I just not. I've tried.
Not
to read
like
before. I've tried to read
reader,
for
like-
leisure before.
Okay.
I just would fall asleep. Like I couldn't. I tried to think things like I tried to like read and like think and like visualize like what I'm reading. I just couldn't do it. Just wasn't
Fair enough.
something. And I just after a certain point, I was like, all right, I'm not gonna like try to.
What about when you were a kid? Like any of the like Lupica books or
Yeah, I mean, I read sports books, but obviously it's not the same thing.
yeah.
It's sort of like not. It's not like a fiction book. It's not like you're reading a story and like, and even like books for school. Obviously, you couldn't get into those. Those are pretty boring anyway.
I've never read like Percy Jackson. None of that.
That's one of the ones I never did. I
haven't either.
I feel like I would have liked it,
I
but
actually
I
had
just
to
never
do it
got
for
into
school.
it.
Like my teacher had us in
Really?
like 6th or 7th grade read The Lightning Thief because we were learning all about like Greek mythology.
That
Not
makes
saying
sense.
it's a great book to reference
Yeah.
Greek mythology, but it was English, so it was kind of like getting us
In
entertained.
6th grade, I was doing the Two Towers. That wasn't like an assigned. That was like a here's your choice, and so I was doing like Two Towers because I was that kind of reading nerd.
It would be weird if I like didn't like
Is that-
reading, but yet I liked reading like Tom Sawyer of Mice and Men. Or something. Like I didn't like reading, but I liked reading all the stuff. That's just cool.
All
Death
the
of the
classics have
Salesman.
already been written, man.
I love reading, but like I hated being told like what to read in school. Like
Yeah, no, that was always the worst.
yeah, and all that stuff's like like I mean I don't know. I didn't I don't know. I didn't read most of that stuff.
There were good ones. Like I remember reading, what was it, White Tiger in senior year of high school. That like I was actually like, all right, this is actually pretty good. I'm enjoying this. But like I'll also say it was the most like modern book that I'd read in high school. I think it was written in the 2000s.
Yeah.
Do you think
Of
that has
Mice
to
of
do
Men
with,
is
like,
actually a good
people
book.
that? Do you think people who don't like reading, like, do you think that has to do with how they learn? Like, if I'm a visual learner, like, I'm not a big reader.
Possibly. I don't know.
Maybe.
I never thought of that until just now. I was like,
Yeah.
wait,
Like I'm trying to think of all this.
I wonder if you did that and you asked people like how they learn the best, and they'd be like, oh, like reading things or
Well, I mean, I feel like, yeah, it would make sense that they're connected, right? Like if you physically don't like the act of reading, you're probably not going to want to learn
Right.
via reading.
yeah.
I mean, I don't read as much as I used to, and
Yeah.
I attribute that more to just I don't have the attention span I used to.
No. Yeah.
Um,
So, but anyway,
Never
going
did.
back to the discussion of sports books, I remember one that I read as a kid called Playing for Pizza. And I don't want to talk about that book because that's not relevant. What is relevant, so this book was about an American football player who basically fucks up in the playoffs so bad that he winds up playing like basically semi-pro in Italy. The reason I want to bring this up is that the Italian Super Bowl, the championship of this semi-pro league, is happening in fucking Ohio this year.
wait, this is
What?
wait, this
And
is
I'm
real?
going to go to this shit. Yes, in Toledo. Like
Oh.
on, I think it's June 1st.
So the book was
You
a
also come
nonfiction.
out
It was a
and-
nonfiction book. Okay.
Yes, this was a. Well, no. This was a fictional book, but like the teams that they were talking about in the Italian league really exist.
Oh,
But no, there's not some quarterback who fucked up the championship game so hard that he got shipped over to Italy. No.
Corey, it's just AC Milan and Juventus playing each other. At the horseshoe.
No, I think. Oh, that was the other thing that I discovered when I was researching this league. One of the teams in Milan is named the Seamen.
nice.
Oh, I feel like I've heard of that before.
Anyway, but yeah, so if you guys aren't doing anything, I think it's like first weekend in June. You should come out. You should go to an Italian football game.
And Italian
In Toledo, Ohio.
In Toledo.
Is it an Italian American football league, not Italian soccer? Is that what it is?
Yes. To be clear, these are Italians playing American football.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, it's
Oh
Italian
no,
American.
this isn't like Serie A or anything. Like no.
I honestly
I was-
thought
I
they were
was so
coming over
mad.
from
I
Italy,
knew
and
what
I'm
you were
like, why are
talking
we
about.
going
I
to
just-
Toledo?
I was just messing with Corey. I knew what you were talking about. I just
No, I honestly had this idea that it's sort of like the NFL going over to Germany and like
Yeah.
we're coming over to Toledo.
but it has the
That's
opposite.
to try and
reverse-
steal
it
all
has the
those
reverse
NFL
reaction.
fans.
I know.
Not to be like stereotypical or anything, but if they want people to come, shouldn't they go to like New York City? Like,
Probably.
I don't know what the like Italian presence in Toledo is. I'm sorry. It's a hole in my knowledge.
That would be interesting to figure out why it's in Toledo.
Oh God, no! I looked it up, and I think one of like the team owners is like actually an Italian American who has like a business there or something.
yeah.
I think that's what it was.
He has offshore accounts.
I don't even know about that, but yeah.
Okay, I can't let this podcast go by without mentioning the Commanders are getting sold.
Maybe.
I'm gonna ask you.
Hallelujah.
Probably getting told.
No, it said it was agreed on. Finally, shut
Yeah, but then there was a report that said that it wasn't yet.
Did Schefter say it wasn't?
Schefter said somebody else was still in play.
Schefter
Yeah.
said that the Canadian person bidding on the team as well still has.
Drake?
Yeah, I forgot what his name was, but I think Schefter finally said that it was agreed on.
Celine Dion?
I hope so.
It's a group led by Celine Dion and Drake.
Oh yeah, he tweeted it 4 hours ago. It says the Josh Harris group has reached a preliminary agreement to buy the Commanders from Daniel Snyder.
The other person involved is Steve Cohen. He's also going to buy the Mets and the Commanders.
It's Magic. Magic's the only
Yeah, no,
person.
Magic is involved in that.
Yeah,
case.
Magic is now the Dodgers, and now
He bought that team for $800 million, and he's flipping it for $6 billion.
Yep.
while being the worst owner in sports.
I know.
Yeah, give me a new owner. Change the name again. Let's start
I don't know.
fresh.
The Oakland A's
What are you gonna
owner
change?
kind of getting up there.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit. Like they keep complaining about, we don't have any money, and then you check his value, his value, and you're like, oh, $6 billion. Wow, I don't really have any money, I guess.
Vela, how does it feel knowing that the Mets have spent so much money and you're getting outworked by the Tampa Bay Rays?
We just have a flawed roster. It's a very flawed roster construction. Is very flawed. Our lineup is not a $350 million lineup. That's the problem.
But that's the problem is it is because you spent that much.
But that was on the pitching mostly. It wasn't on the lineup.
Okay, who are you implying pitchers aren't part of the lineup?
No. I'm saying like it's our offensive
So,
like
you calling them not real baseball players?
Hey man, 350 million is 350 million.
yeah. That's why I'm saying they spent the money just to repair holes. They didn't get better.
You should have just kept Darren Ruff.
Yeah. What the fuck was that?
Haven't you seen the YouTube video that
He
says
hit a-
like $20
he
is
hit a
$20?
He hit a double in his first at bat in San Francisco. You can't make this shit up. I was like, dude, what the hell? Like, this shit's so stupid.
Bro, I love seeing Mets fans in pain. I'm sorry.
It's terrible, man. It's really annoying. Now we got to go to Oakland and hopefully not lose 2 out of 3 to a AAA team.
I'm just saying, you lose a game, you're going to be hearing it from me.
I know. Well, I hear it. I live and die with wins and losses with them. It's
They got
162
this one guy that his bat is hot right now.
on the Mets.
On the A's.
On the A's, Brent Rooker.
Yes.
He's the guy who hit the 3-run bomb yesterday in the first inning.
Bro, he literally had 2 homers today.
Yeah, and I didn't know who he was. I think he just got called up. He's like a career minor leaguer or something.
Yeah.
And then Carlos Perez had a home run yesterday. He's a career minor. I was like, damn, that sucks.
And our bullpen is so bad.
You're right there. You need a little bit more starting pitching, but your lineup's fine. You need
Dude,
a
our
little bit more
offense
starting-
is there. Like, our offense really wasn't there last year, but it's there this year.
It's because Mountcastle is now that guy in the middle of that
He's
lineup.
always been that guy. He was in a slump all of last year.
But he was like, that's what I'm saying though. Like he was better. He was good 2 years ago. Last year he was inconsistent, but he started, and now this year he's hitting everything right now so far.
So
And he's that good. And he's that good protection for Adley. So Adley needs protection. You got talent on the lineup's talented. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. It's really just the starting pitching. You just don't have a lot of like talented starters. Like you have like Kramer's okay. Kyle Gibson's kind of a bit starter.
He's like okay, but like
But he's not like, you need guys that are throwing 95, good slider, change up, be able to strike people out a lot. You need like aces in the
you're
rotation.
also gonna sit here and think like I'm not saying they're.
Grayson Rodriguez is that type of guy. You need more guys like that.
Well, the thing is that I think they're finally going to keep him up, which I think needs to happen because he needs more reps up in the majors. But also like Dylan Tate is still hurt, and then like Michael Gibbons is also still hurt.
Yeah.
That they also need to come back. So like we got like Cole Irvin pitching today, and I got Austin Voth that I need off the team. Like
He's not. They just don't have a lot of. They just don't have like good stuff. That's basically what it is. They don't have like the 95, like the you just need strikeout type pitchers. You need aces. Like Grayson Rodriguez is that type of guy. You just need more guys like that.
Yeah.
That's basically
For
where like starting pitching is huge.
John Means is still coming back.
And John Means, is John.
What they are talking about?
I have no
when
idea.
is John
Surely
Means-
Washington doesn't have a team that plays in this.
When is
league,
John
right?
Means coming back?
I mean, I feel like I would have heard of that if they
Should
did.
be coming back within the next like couple months.
That'll be good. But yeah,
You gotta sit here and think our ace is like still out.
right. So you need like when you make trades or signs, like you need to sign like talented starting pitchers. Like you look at like the Mariners, like they're top
Wow,
three.
what helpful advice.
Well, no,
Sign the good
sign good players, yeah.
No, but
No,
it's like
seriously, like
you
the
need like
Orioles
ace
don't have
type. Like they signed like Kyle Gibson. He's not like he's like a fifth starter. Like you
Yeah,
can't
they
sign like
signed
fifth
Kyle-
starters. Like you need to
They
like
signed
sign.
Kyle Gibson to like a 1 year, $10 million deal, and that was like the most expensive deal that we've had in the offseason. Like the O's don't really have much of a payroll, but they can sit here and considering our lineup or our like lineup is so good, we just need to splurge on like one or two guys.
Yeah.
As pitchers, that's what we need.
Because you need those like eight, like you need like a one or two that are just like, you have a good chance to win every time.
Yeah, like we
And then
need
you
someone
build off
who
of
can
that.
go in like the seventh, eighth inning instead of these guys that we're pulling and they're only lasting like 4 or 5 innings, and then we're
Like
going,
the Mariners, their top three is really good. Like
Yeah.
the Yankees top three is good. Like the
Imagine
Braves
how
top
great
three.
the Mariners top three is going to be when Shohei goes there next year instead of to your Mets.
He's not going to the Mariners. He's
Okay.
probably gonna go to the Dodgers. Hate the Dodgers.
It's like the reason why the Rays are so good because they preach on the first pitch strike. Their pitchers are nasty.
They have talented pitchers, but their analytics and how I still doesn't make like when people explain like what they do, it doesn't sound like it's any different than what other teams do. They basically analyze like what pitch you as a pitcher, they analyze like what pitch you throw the best, whether that be a breaking pitch or if your fastball has movement. They tell you to throw it a lot, like throw it 60-70% of the time, which I don't think is anything different than what other teams do. But for some reason, I guess they just really, throughout the up and down their minor league system, they just really focus on whatever you're good at. You focus on that, and we'll build off of that instead of like, hey, you need to mix this pitch in, you need to mix this. They don't do that. And then offensively, I don't really know how they get some of these players to hit like they are. Like, not that they're not talented, but like, I mean, Isak Paredes hit a 4 home runs. I don't even know what the hell it is. And he just came out of nowhere last year.
Yeah.
Harold Ramirez. Like, Arozarena is talented.
Yeah, we've all known that.
Yeah, but like, Arozarena, they got to be careful because he might get traded soon because he's going to be making money soon.
Yeah.
All their talented players, when they start to get towards this, I mean, he's been there, 5 years now? 6 years close? So he's getting up there towards arbitration numbers.
Is he, like, he's been there, like, the same amount of years as Brandon Lau?
Yeah, and Brandon Lau's coming up on, it's just crazy. Like, anything that, if they get close to high arbitration numbers, like, they have to think about trading them, or they do trade them.
Mm.
Like, Arozarena is like a talented player, and so is Brandon Lau. But if they have to trade Arozarena, it's going to be a big deal for their lineup. But again, that's just how they operate.
Yeah.
I just don't when I watch them play, I'm like, they are dominating these teams. Like, I don't understand like what they're doing that other teams aren't, even with more resources.
Well, let's talk about the Nats. What's going on with the Nats, Jackson?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what team that is. As I sit here and wear their hat.
Are they going to sell Are they going to sell? Are the Lerners going to sell?
Dude, I have not watched a Nats game in 2.5 years.
Well, that doesn't have anything to do with watching.
I don't. No, I'm saying
Wait. I'm trying to do the math. No, okay, that wouldn't be the one that we went to. Never mind. Okay, cool.
No.
I'm pretty sure that's the last Nat game that I watched.
Well, no, I'm not including games I've attended live. I have not watched a game on TV in probably since they won the World Series.
Yeah, no, that was absolutely the last time.
And that's a good idea because they basically just totally dismantled the team since then.
Since then, I've gone to like 3 or 4 games a year in person, but that's it. Yeah.
But now it's like they're less. The games are quicker, so you have to either buy a lot of beer, like to drink quicker, or you just.
The cutoff is the 8th inning now.
Yeah, that really makes a difference. It's still 30 minutes difference, though.
That's true, but.
Yeah, I saw that, and I was like, okay, 1 inning. Because
that actually
3 minutes more.
Yeah, I heard the games are 30 minutes shorter. That actually might get me to like watch
really,
a game or two this year, maybe.
If like you don't like baseball, you might be able to kind of watch it.
Dude, we got a AAA team here for the Orioles, and
Yeah, the Tides.
yes, sir. And
That's farm team.
yeah, but their games start at what 6:30, 6:35. Oh, that's right. Let me look at these tickets. It starts at 6:35, and we're done by like 9.
Yeah.
The games
It's
are
like
quick.
a 2.5-hour game.
I actually can't believe.
The Rays game the other day was like 2 hours 6 minutes. The one Marlins
Nice.
game was like an hour and 58 minutes. And I think a lot
I
of
like
people
that.
would actually like watch it. Maybe not like it, but like they might watch it now because it's just quicker.
I mean,
It definitely is noticeable.
if the Nats weren't like the worst team in the league, that would make me more likely to watch it for sure.
Because it's also not an investment too. If you're watching it now, like, oh my god, I have to watch this for 3 fucking hours, 3.5 hours, say it's the end of the game.
Although I don't know, because I didn't watch a single Cap. Well, no, that's not true. I watched one Caps game this year.
But at least the other 3 sports are like time, so you like have an idea.
Yeah.
When things
True,
are going to
true,
end,
true.
or like even though NFL games are longer, like you know what's going on, and obviously most of the country it's the most popular sport, so people are not going to watch it. So
Jackson, you guys are not the worst team in the league.
it's Oakland.
Oakland?
You still got the Royals, the A's, and the Lions all behind you.
You mean
The Tigers?
Oh, I'm a
Doesn't
team.
matter.
Hey, that's where I live.
I mean, for the longest time, you could basically switch them and didn't matter this thing. Not this year, though. The Lions are going to be good this year. My sleeper
Hey.
team.
Yes, yeah.
Whatever.
I think they.
It's everyone's
I think
sleeper
they could
team.
win
dude.
I think they could win the North.
I
I
don't.
don't think they.
I don't like when
Who's
it's
in the-
everybody's pick.
Green Bay.
Green Bay,
Green
you know,
Bay, Minnesota, and
Bears.
Chicago.
no
Yeah.
Bears, no Green Bay.
I mean, Minnesota just went like 13-3. I know they choke in the playoffs,
Yeah,
but like
but
they're a good regular
But they,
season
like,
team.
remember, their point differential wasn't very good all year. Like they were nearly losing in like a bunch of those games. It was like they won in like the last minute.
I just don't like those teams where like everybody in the world like agrees like, oh, this is the breakout team next year. That's the Lions right now.
Yeah, so you're right.
And
They're gonna go
that's
7
been the
and 10.
Chargers so many years, and it never works, and it's why I tell you fuckers to stop looking at them.
I want to be looking at the Lions.
Fine, look there. Perfect.
Like, did everybody
Look at the Chargers, all right, I got Justin Herbert on my fantasy team.
You shouldn't even have a fantasy team.
Wait, what happened?
April.
Dynasty or keeper league.
Oh, I got Patty Mahomes and Tyreek Hill is going to keep it.
Did everybody forget Jared Goff is the Lions quarterback? Like, I don't.
But somehow he had a pretty decent
Dude,
year last
they
year.
should 100% be the team to draft Anthony Richardson.
No, seriously, I think
Yeah.
there's a lot of
That'd be
draft
cool.
projecting them to get AR-15.
That'd be cool.
I mean, they should have gone
They
after
worked out so
Lamar.
well, too, because they play in a dome too. Like,
Sorry, what?
They should have gone after Lamar.
there's a lot of teams that should have gone after Lamar. I think the Dolphins should have gone after Lamar.
You guys
I
do
just-
it.
Honestly, I just really don't want Lamar to be subjected to playing in Green Bay in December. Like, it's not even that I don't think that's a good fit. I just don't want that for Lamar.
Indianapolis makes sense just
Well-
because they play in like a dome.
As much as I wanted him in Washington, like subjecting him to FedEx Field's grass is a terrible idea.
Yeah, that's another thing. I was like,
Seriously,
yeah.
like Zach was like, "Yo, Lamar's going to Washington." I said, "Yeah," and FedEx Field will take another ACL.
Yeah.
I know. I
He'll
just
last
think
one
that too.
quarter.
I was like,
Yeah.
I think Indianapolis should go after.
Imagine if
I think the Dolphins.
RG3 still had an ACL, he would still be with y'all, or not now, but y'all would have been good for multiple years.
Yeah, this
We
would
wouldn't get his
this would have been
quotes,
like
though,
year
in
10 with him.
Sports
Yeah.
media if he was there.
I remember Andy. I think Andy Reid was still with the Eagles. RG3's rookie year, and I remember him making a comment. He was like, "I don't want to play this guy for the next 10 years. This is like gonna suck, basically."
Oh, dude, I remember when he was on the team, I was like, I don't know how the Cowboys are going to compete.
Yeah. Yeah, that
Dude,
like
that first year was awesome.
that like
At the time,
seven.
You guys discussed.
Yeah, that like 7-game win streak to end the season, like he was unreal. Like that 60-yard run against the Saints to win that game was crazy. He was so much fun. It's a shame.
I think it was also the same field that Joe Burrow also got
Yes.
a knee injury his rookie year.
Another
Yeah.
reason why Dan Snyder sucks as an owner. He saw that the turf is terrible and he never fixed it.
Dude, yeah, that's the state. Fucking like part of the bleachers collapsed onto the like Eagles as they were walking into
Yeah.
the tunnel.
Yeah,
It's
Jalen Hurts.
ridiculous.
On Jalen Hurts, yeah. Garbage stadium.
But yeah, like I think Lamar, a lot of these teams could use Lamar and put them over the top. I think.
Well, now you got OBJ at Baltimore now.
Yeah, I think he's gonna stay. Lamar.
Yeah, that's good.
Well, I think they were
Eventually, I think he's going to stay, but I think they just did that. They were like, oh, look, Lamar, look, we signed OBJ. You should sign a contract. He's probably like, wait a second. Nothing has,
OBJ.
yeah, and he's probably like, wait a second. How's that? I'm not going to give you a discount because of that. I'm not going to just sign now.
Yeah, no. See that's the crux of this issue is the Ravens are negotiating. Lamar is telling them a price,
Yes.
and like the Ravens don't seem to understand that.
I would love, God, if he was on the Dolphins, forget about it. We're going to the Super Bowl.
No, you're not. But okay, keep believing that.
We would change the offense. We don't have a guy that I'm worried that every time he bangs his head on the ground, he's not going to be out for 6 games.
No, it's like your price for being the only undefeated team in NFL history is that you never
has
win.
concussion.
Wait, what?
I can't believe you're making fun of a dude that had concussion.
It's not. I'm not making fun of him. I'm saying just the reality. If he's not healthy, like part of being good is being available. He's
Well,
just-
what are you talking about? You'll just get Caleb Williams next year.
I don't know about. It's a USC quarterback.
I mean,
I think Caleb Williams is good, but I'm just again, he's none of those quarterbacks.
Well, I will give you, at least you got Mike McDaniel to where if Lamar came in, Mike McDaniel would know exactly how to draw up that offense.
Does he?
Did it with Kaepernick, right? Was he there with Kaepernick?
McDaniel was not around for Kaepernick.
He wasn't. That was a long time.
No,
ago.
that was fucking
Oh,
it's the guy who had Lamar for these past few years. I'm blanking on
Roman.
his name. Yeah, Greg Roman.
Roman.
Yeah. That was like 2 head coaches ago for the 49ers.
yeah, wasn't that
is that when
Harbaugh? It was Harbaugh.
Mike McDaniel was in Washington?
Dude, Mike McDaniel was probably still in college at that point. Like, what are we talking about?
Mike McDaniel was still in high school.
Or maybe he was with Washington.
He probably was with Washington.
Yeah, actually,
Yeah,
he's
actually.
probably like
With all the other
an
studs
unpaid
they
intern
had.
with Washington.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
had Shanahan, McVay, and Matt LaFleur.
Yeah.
And then they had Mike McDaniels, the ball boy. So they had like the 4.
That's wild. Every time that team photo, like coaching slate for that team photo pops up, I'm like, wow. this is
Another
great.
reason why Dan Snyder's the worst.
All right.
So are y'all getting is Eckler coming back?
I don't think so.
We'll take
I mean, honestly, it might just be that nobody takes him, in which case I guess he does. He doesn't strike me as like being willing to hold out, so
Mm-hmm.
I guess.
Yo, Kellen Moore about to lead y'all to the promised land.
Fucking Kellen Moore.
He's gonna put up like 40, and then when they play the Cowboys
Such a
later in the year, he's gonna be like, "Yo, fuck
fucking
the Cowboys,
hire.
45 on that defense."
Such a dumb hire.
What did they
I
hire
mean, at
him
least
for?
you'll have Mike McCarthy calling the plays now.
What did they hire Kellen Moore for?
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, "How's that gonna change?"
What? Sorry.
What What did they hire Kellen Moore for?
OC.
Oh, okay.
That was we finally fired Joe Lombardi, which I mean, granted, he's going to be better than that because, goddamn.
Kellen Moore missed his window to be a head coach like 3 years ago. Like he was like the hottest name
He
for a
likes
little
to
bit.
throw the ball around the yard, apparently, according to Mike McCarthy.
Yeah, we were scoring too much too fast.
Yeah. He's like, hold on a
Mean.
second. Hold on a second. I'm gonna take this back. You see, I
We'll
won a
see.
Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers carried my ass 10 years ago for a Super Bowl.
Where's Zeke
I have
going?
Hopefully, unshackled, he's going to be better. But, like, I still would have rather had Pep Hamilton, honestly.
Where's
So,
Where's Zeke going?
Zeke is not talking to like anyone. This
He's
is
gonna,
my,
he's gonna go to the Chargers.
I think that
That's
he's
gonna be Eckler.
he's gonna come back to
trade
Dallas.
Eckler, sign Zeke for $5. I'd take it.
Yeah, I think Zeke is going to come back to Dallas like super, super cheap because he's going to realize no one wants him anymore, and he's going to take like a really cheap deal.
I could see that, yeah. All right, well, it is like 9:15.
I don't see Pollard
So,
doing the kind of season that he had.
yeah. All right, let me go ahead and spin the wheel
Glad they
so we can get
signed-
out of here.
Yeah, I mean, if they were, sucks he's not healthy.
All right, I'm gonna do this elimination style. So take the names off as they come up. And I'm the first one off. Perfect.
Great. Tom, you just look up like funny Wikipedia pages.
All right, second one off. Charles is
No.
not you next week. Do best of 5 for the last 2. Alex, you're good. So,
Wait, what?
So it's Corey or Gordo. So you want, I'll do it the way the act does it. So you want your name to come up. So the first to get 3 doesn't have to do it. All right, Corey, there's
okay.
one. There's one. You're up
Let's
1-0,
go.
Corey. Here we go. Round 2. All right, tied up 1-1.
Are we serious?
Okay. Here we go. 2-1, Gordo.
Oh my god.
Round 4. Got to tie it up here, Corey. Let's go. Oof. 3-1. All right, Corey.
I cannot believe this.
Or make it obscure.
I'll find something on Wikipedia. Don't you worry.
Not even just
Talk about the
Wikipedia.
Australian Grand Prix so that Jackson has to actually fucking watch it.
Yeah.
How
Survive.
about we just start talking about
Survivor. So I have to
Talk
watch
about
it.
the difference between an alligator and a crocodile.
That's
Figure out
fair.
what the difference between alligator and crocodile is.
Yeah, if you tell me you're doing one of those, then I have to watch it. So, okay.
Australian GP.
No, I'm serious. Like I think an alligator or crocodile literally depends on what water.
Well, that is your topic, so you have to figure it out.
Yeah, don't spoil your topic, man.
Yeah, what's
I'm
on,
not
man?
doing that topic.
I need a poster. I need illustrations.
Telling you,
I have
just
figured out my PowerPoint for my next topic.
telling you, just go on
It's gonna be a
Wikipedia.
picture of a crocodile and a picture of an alligator.
If you go on the Wikipedia homepage, man, they have like pick a random topic, and it just takes you to a random page. Just read us a paragraph from a
Look
random
at,
page.
Go like list of like serial killers. Figure out.
List of serial killers. Just read names off a list.
That was the first thing that popped into your head. Are you all right?
Good,
I'm
bro?
fine.
Like twice. If you need us to send help.
I'm fine.
History of Orioles World Series wins in the 21st century. Oh wait,
Man, that was.
I can't say that. I was an Orioles fan for like 15 of those years, so I can't say anything.
Yeah, you were.
All right,
All right,
guys. Talk to you
Another
soon.
great podcast.
Yeah, mediocre at best.
Thanks,
Another
Alex.
great one.
All right, see you guys.